All right. Hey, everybody. I'm going to get started with tonight's team call a little bit later than normal. But nonetheless, it's going to be awesome. So, a lot of announcements going on. Half of them, I don't know the exact dates with Bar Blend, beach bars, like everything came out today. So, just go online, get it, talk about this stuff, right? Like, even if the dates are a little bit off here and there, not a big deal, right? So, coaches were able to buy it today. Customers are able to get it December 16th. Obviously, you want to sign up people as new coaches, they can get access. I believe there's 10 different workouts that you get right away once you do get it. Watch the National Wake Up Call from this week, and she's on, and she talks all about Bar Blend. So I'm not going to get too far into that. Like I said, Vegan Beach Bar came out today as well. If you didn't see me, I bought like everything at once because if you do everything in one thing, you get like extra percent off and free shipping. So if you're gonna get them all at the same time. If you have a spouse account, obviously place under your spouse account so you can get more volume. Next week, I think December 9th, that Monday, if you're coming to the retreat, please, please, please send me your PayPal so that I can solidify the house that we are getting and get that guy his money. Again, that's all in the retreat page. I'm not going to post about it in the team page for those of you guys that aren't coming, but if you have questions, please let me know. And once you do the PayPal, make sure that you go on the Google document and fill it out for me because my head is not on straight. And if I don't see you guys filling that stuff out, I'm going to lose my mind. So please do me a favor and make sure you fill out that Google document so everything is on order and I don't have to like backtrack a million different things. So I asked Kristen to do our team call tonight because she just freaking takes charge, does stuff. She doesn't wait for people tell her what to do. She kind of just takes the bull by the horn and runs with it. So I asked her, I said, hey, like we need all your info on what you're doing. So that's why Kristen, first time doing the team call. So awesome. And she's going to do fabulous. So Kristen, hop on and maybe just share a little bit about you first, how you became a coach, and then jump into whatever.
Okay. I'm Kristen, and I'm from North Carolina, and Tracy Miller is my coach, and I signed up with Tracy June of last year, and just kind of at a super low point was like, hey, I'm ready to make some changes, and I've kind of jumped in and haven't looked back since. I started coaching after my first round of 21-day fix, and I've loved it. And so as a result, when I started, because I feel like because I was so personally invested, I kind of shared that passion as we all do with everybody. And so I felt personally responsible for everybody that signed with me to have that same kind of passion and success. And obviously that didn't happen. And so I would feel this extreme sense of guilt knowing I had this challenger who had put their faith in me and they weren't getting results. Even though I knew it had nothing to do with me, that they weren't doing the work, I still felt some kind of responsibility, like should I have been in touch with them more? Is there something I could have sent them that would have set them up for greater success? And as time has progressed, I've been able to reflect on that, and I know if the roles were reversed, I wouldn't have blamed Tracy if I hadn't have seen results. So taking a step back, I still felt like I could up my game in how I was communicating with all of my challengers, and in particularly my free leads. And as that list grew and grew and grew, I was like, I don't know how to be in constant communication with these people in a way that I felt I was serving them. And so I thought, well, I had been toiling with a lot of ideas. And one day, a few months ago, my boss said, why don't you, she's like, I love the recipes that you post. They look super easy, but I just can't seem to get it together. And she's like, I would pay you if you put together like a PDF kind of cookbook thing. And I said, I don't know about that, but I have been toiling with the idea of like sending out like a weekly or monthly recipe of something. And she said, well, do it. And so I started looking into that, and I thought, well, if I'm putting effort into sending an email to all these people for a recipe, I'm going to include more information. And I want it to look visually appealing and stand out. And a little thing about me, I'm a speech therapist, but I actually started out as a graphic design major. And so I was like, it's got to look pretty. And so I had downloaded this app called Canva about 6 months ago. I was just using it to try to make like highlight covers for my Instagram, and then also started making like cover photos for our groups. And I just went in the search tab and put newsletter, and all these templates popped up. And so my first one was super straightforward. I just went and let me share my screen and I'll show you my first one. I posted it in the team page. Am I sharing?
Not yet.
No? Okay. Let's see. Oh, I've got to select it on here. Okay, sorry. Is it sharing now?
Yes, but it's not sharing any, like it said, like it's saying that you're sharing. Yep, never mind. We're good.
Okay. So you see October 19 monthly report. Is that what you're seeing?
Yep.
Okay. So it was pretty simple. I just knew at that time that Morning Meltdown had just been released to the BOD library. Pumpkin Spice was coming out, and the work was in the work. And so I pulled those graphics straight from the office, and just kind of, it was very simple. I bulleted what I just said, that Morning Meltdown was now available for everybody, that 6 weeks of the work was available for early access, highlighted the Pumpkin Spice Shakeology being back in stock, and noted my group dates, and I did include a recipe. And then in the body of my email, I included the direct link from the coach generator for the 6 weeks of the work early access, as well as the Pumpkin Spice shakes. And I didn't get any responses back other than from the people that I knew, but I did notice that a couple of those free people bought accessory bundles for the Morning Meltdown. One or two got the early access, and a couple orders of shakes were made. So they didn't respond, but it did generate some volume. And then so after I sent that, obviously I started thinking of 500 other things I wish I had said. And I started thinking, the people who know me and have signed on with me, they know me and they know my story, but these other people don't know who this person sending an email is, and they've never seen my face. They don't know my story, and why would they respond to me? So I knew, especially being in the Diamond Push group, that I wanted my November newsletter to have a little bit more about me, what I do, why am I taking the time to email them. And okay, let me find my November one. And so I hope this is all making sense. Okay, so here's the November one. And that's where I put my before and after, and also just briefly highlighted other things coming out, as well as I included my story of how I got started in this. It's not loading for y'all, but there it goes. How I got started, who am I, and what can I do for them, and also just kind of what coaching has meant to me. And just to kind of put that little, I can't think of the word, but to put it in their mind that that is an option for them. I felt that this one looked a little bit better than the last one, and so as with everything, it gets better as you go. Last thing I'm going to show you is I just sent out my December one today, and it obviously is all about bar blend, and in it I included a bunch of links for the beach bar, for the bar blend, for all the different packages that they could do, and also showing them that I'm hosting a challenge group this month through the Challenge Tracker app. And just to kind of briefly go through this. Does anybody have any questions yet?
I do.
Okay.
So you make it on Canva.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get it like PDF? Like, how does that all work out? And how do you like pull, like, what do you just copy it? You might as well just like take your phone out, and how do you do it all? That's where I'm so confused on how it like works out. I'm in Canva now.
Well, I actually just learned last night as I was like typing up what I was going to say today, that there is a website for it. So if you, so for the past 3 months, I've been doing it on my phone, and that's been really tedious in like editing. And I noticed last night that there's a website. So let me see if I can share that. I think it's a lot more user-friendly to do the website.
Like a Canva website?
Mm-hmm. If you just go to Canva, and mine's linked with my Gmail, and everything that I had done on my app was already in it when I just typed in the Canva online. I'm trying to, sorry guys, I'm new at this. How do I share a website? Is it the same way?
Yeah, just go to the share, and then you could even just like share your screen, and it would just show everything that you're doing.
Okay. So you see this?
Up. Yep, I see it now.
Okay.
So that's the website right now.
This is the website version.
Yep.
And you'll see how I just kind of started really simple, and then here are my newsletters. So like, let's say I want to make a newsletter. I'm just going to go to create a design and search newsletter. It's being really slow. And they'll all pop up. And I just go, I think ahead of time, like, what am I trying to say this month? What's coming out? And if I have no idea, I just wait for the Coach Monthly in the office to come out, and you can take directly those pictures, even some of the wording on my newsletter I sent out today. I copied the whole thing that was in the little blurb on the beach bars. I mean, someone is being paid a lot of money to think of all that stuff, and so there's no need to reinvent it. But here you'll see all the different newsletter templates. And I think this is one I used. And then I just edit it, pull in that wording, the pictures, whatever. If I wanted to save this, like if I had already done that whole newsletter, you just hit this arrow, this down arrow, and it gives a PDF option right here.
Do you just send it as an attachment to your customers and coaches, or do you send it as an actual, like if they click on your email, like that pops up, or is it an attachment?
I'll show you. The tricky thing is, which I haven't figured out, in the office, it doesn't let you do an attachment from the actual Beachbody email, or I haven't figured out how to do so. So I have to do it from my personal email, and with that, you can only send it to 100 people at a time. So I have to make sure I don't click on the same person twice. So this is what it looked like of when I sent it out today. So I just did a little note like, hey y'all, to anyone who's new, welcome. There's amazing things that are coming out through the attached newsletter. I'm including direct links if you're interested in either bar or the new beach bar. I hope you all have an amazing December. And there's those links. And then at the bottom is that PDF newsletter that they can download.
You may want to look into like MailChimp or something. If anybody's ever tried that, you can track who opened your emails too.
Oh, okay. I've never heard
I
of
think
that.
you can send more than 100.
Is that
Yeah.
through Beachbody?
Kristen, I use MailChimp to do my newsletters, and it's very similar to the way that you've done yours and kind of like creating a template and stuff like that. What I like about, I don't know if you can incorporate both of them. I'm not sure. I don't know how you can, like, if you can attach an attachment to MailChimp, but what's awesome about MailChimp, you can create a free account, is that you just load all your emails, and then like I used to do like what you were doing, but once you get a lot of customers, it's very cumbersome and time, like it's such a long use of time to put everybody's email in. So it just like automatically sends like a group of emails.
Okay.
So maybe look into that.
Okay.
I love how you are using this for free leads. I don't have my newsletter, which I haven't done in a while, so I need to get back on it. But I haven't been putting my free leads in it, so I love that you're using it for your free leads. Do you find that you get a lot of response back from free leads because they're seeing this on a monthly basis?
I'm not getting direct response, but I'm seeing that they're buying like accessory bundles or the shake orders that they may have. I don't know that they would have bought it if I hadn't have sent it, but it's usually after a few days of me sending that. So
Awesome.
It's correlated.
Awesome. I'm gonna start doing that.
And I'm putting those links that they can directly go without having to really search it.
Awesome.
And I wonder if you could like if you save it as just like a regular picture and then upload that into the email, if it would just show, you know what I'm saying, instead of having it as a PDF.
Well, this is the first month that I've done the PDF. I thought that would be easier. The past 2 months, I didn't know that was an option, so it was just a picture.
Oh, okay. But people can click on it?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I guess. I thought that as a PDF, maybe it could get a little bigger. I don't know. I'm still new at it too.
Yeah, I know. Leah, what did you do? Just like more words, or did you add pictures, or?
So it looks like the PDF that she has created, but instead of it being an attachment, it actually looks like an email. Like it sends out an email. So the actual email looks like it has words and pictures in it, versus it being an attachment. So it's the same exact like layout and design of the PDF, but it's an email.
I do know on the phone format, like this is on my desktop, but on my phone it was in the body. Like it wasn't showing up as an attachment.
Okay.
Like it was just showing up in the body of the email.
Cool.
Any other questions?
So you've just been doing it a month, right? Like, so once a month?
Mm-hmm. And then I also created that new challenger like flyer that I could send, because kind of going with the same thing on playing on that national wake up call from a few weeks ago. She talked about letting her challengers know up front not only what they should expect, but what her expectations of them were. And so that's when I'm on a call to create this. And I used it in my December challenge group this month, and just kind of posted that the week prior, that as people got added in, they could review it and they had to comment that they read. And the great thing about using the challenge tracker app, because in the body of this, I tell them that I want them to add a before picture. That way they have that accountability. So using that challenge tracker app, they can just share that with me automatically.
Do you feel that people do that, or did you see more activity from people?
I only started it a week ago, so I
Okay.
can't
Oh
really
yeah, it's
say it.
only. I'm like, what date? What? Yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
don't really know, but all the people that are in that group are old challengers that are kind of getting re-engaged, and they've been more engaged. They've been posting more than they ever had in a previous group.
All right, so I would say it worked.
Yeah,
If that was the thing that you did differently, for sure.
yeah.
Awesome. Does anybody have any other questions or anything they want to add? What you guys are doing? Is anyone else doing any newsletter type of a thing?
Did that make sense? I didn't show you a lot in like the actual creation of it, but it just really is as simple as searching that newsletter option and just choosing your graphics and wording that you want to add in.
Yeah, I think it's just like, don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink the wording, because I know I do that because I hate writing. And that's like one of my mental blocks is like, I'm a bad writer, so I'm not going to write anything. But if you just literally, Beachbody pays somebody to write all that stuff. They know how they're marketing it. Just copy and paste it and just put something out there, especially now. Like now's the time, like, and don't be afraid to, I don't want to say bombard people, but this is our time. Like December is our time to be in people's faces. If they don't see you now, it's not going to matter that it's January 1st. They want to see you showing up now. So even if you could do a recipe, was today? Oh, Tuesday. Some like a recipe on Tuesday, a motivation thing on Friday, then a story on Sunday. Like I think if you really keep up with the emails and your post, and like it's just like what Kristen said, like what is something extra? How can you show yourself being a step above? Because there are other coaches out there, obviously, right? How are you going to be, just a little bit better than the other person? Not that you have to spend 10 hours on this. How long would you say it takes you, Kristen?
Like half a nap time.
Half a nap time? I love that. Half a nap time. Time in naps. Yes.
Golden hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something a little bit extra. But I will say, and I think Jenny's on, we had a call, what was it, yesterday maybe? But make sure you're doing everything else first and then have this as the extra thing. If you kind of like, because this is I like this stuff, right? Like I think it's fun. I like pictures and all that kind of stuff. But if you just do this and you don't do the hard things, then you're missing a piece of the puzzle. So make sure you're, doing your 3 vital behaviors first. And then if you have extra nap time, then this would be a great place for you to kind of really give good customer service, because that's what I think it's about too. So
yeah. Outside of this, I've also started, because obviously these are only going to people who are already with you and already doing this. And so I've been trying to think of something that I could do to get other people to know, like, hey, look out for her on this day. So I've done 4 weeks now of a series I called Sunday Setup on Sunday, where I do an Instagram TV post, and it's like 4 to 5 minutes. Sometimes it's me tweaking a recipe. This past week, it was literally how I write out a meal plan and go through my pantry and figure out what I need, what I don't. And I've gotten good response from viewers from that.
that's awesome, because you can use that content and repurpose. Like Shailene Johnson would always like repeat that and she does that too, like with her emails, it's her Instagram stories or it's her IGTV. Like it looks like she's in a million places at once, but she's really not. She's just reusing content over and over. And I think was it last week's team call? I can't remember, of course. But it was Jatana Jackson for for your Instagram posts and seeing what people like, reuse that stuff. Go back, see what people like, and send out an email about it. Honestly, like, people are not going to notice. Like, they're just not. But if it's good stuff, they're going to pay attention. So I think that's really a great idea, is like having your customers or your followers and friends expect you to show up on Sundays for such and such, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of creates, like, you're creating that brand for yourself. So awesome.
And it keeps me consistent. Like, I know I've got to meal prep on Sunday now because someone's
like, crap, I have to show up because they're going to want to know what I'm doing. That's excellent. Anyone else with questions or comments?
So you're doing your emails through your Beachbody email or from your personal?
I'm just, when I go into the coach office and click on my customers and send an email, I just select from my personal, and then I just click through. And I don't really know the difference.
Okay. I haven't tried that, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think, is MailChimp free? Yeah. If you just do that once, like, that might take you a full nap time. But if you do that once, then you won't have to keep going, like, back and forth. And then you can kind of, like, categorize them of, like, you know, free leads here, or December challenge groupers there, your coach is there. So you can, and like, when I had my life, and not a kid, I like would send out coach emails. Like, I did that a lot last year, especially this time, to get, like, just like reminding coaches of things. So you can definitely, like, you know, start out with obviously just a newsletter, but I feel like you can really then start to get creative with it too. Anybody else? All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you, Kristen. Awesome job for your first time.
Thanks.
And if anybody wants to run a team call, we have all dates are open. I'm trying to get a date with Brad Bizjack. So he'll be on soon. I don't know what date, but let me know if you guys have any ideas for topics, or if you want to run a team call, just let me know. And please, if you're coming to the retreat, get that stuff to me in by Monday. All right, guys, have a good one.